gotta congratulate him. Sorry.
Yes, congratulations. Do you like Wu-Tang?
She's talking about the new Wu-Tang series.
I thought you meant the drink. Yeah, Wu-Tang is great.
Okay, all right, good. Now we're good. How are you, Uriah?
And congratulations, buddy.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
with that win.
I can't see you, Matt. Where you at? Oh, there you
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
come
move
on,
over.
man.
Move over.
are.
Hey, listen, dude. The fuck is that? Is the thing gonna explode? I'm sorry.
Welcome to the show.
Yo, Uriah, you're used to this shit.
We just yell
You're
hip
used
hop
to this
things at you.
I missed this.
I do. I feel like I reached out to you recently. I wanted you back on here, regardless,
Yeah,
win or lose.
My buddy, he's fighting in Tampa, so I was thinking of passing through New York.
Let me heads up anytime, man. Anytime. Listen,
That'd be fun.
I'm super happy for you, and I'm gonna be so honest. I picked you to win, but I was fucking worried for you, buddy. Listen. I'm saying now. I can say it now because you did well. I was worried, man. I got flashbacks of fucking Ronda attacking your ass. I'm like, no, not. I go, not fucking Shoeface. So I go, out of all the fucking guys, I just looked at it like this. I go, it basically, it's more to it. Obviously, you shown, but deadly striker, fucking high level black belt, dangerous grappler. And I'm a jiu-jitsu man. My buddy Dean Thomas is in the corner. He's no dummy. I was worried about you. Thank you for putting me at ease. Once you escaped that first time, I was like, oh, this is fucking on now. Talk to me, man. Going into it, you get matched up with Shoeface. What are you thinking?
I didn't want that fight to begin with. We were in Sweden, and Safe was talking about going down the ranks, and he said Shoeface is perfect. I'm like, I don't want to fight him. Me and Shoeface kind of cool. And he's like, oh, stop being a bitch. And I'm like, all right.
That sounds like Safe.
Did you train a lot before, though? Did you train a lot before, earlier?
With Safe?
No, I'm sorry. With Shoeface. What's your history?
No. It's just one of those, bromance you just find with people. And I met you, and I fell in love with you immediately. I thought you were an awesome guy. So, you just find that with certain people, and every time me and Shoeface run into each other, we sit down, we have such a great time. And I didn't want to fight him, I knew I had to tuck away those emotions, but strategically made sense. I got my mind around that, and I think I must have told Mick that we were cool, and then Mick came back and said, well, his manager said you guys aren't friends.
The fucking managers.
That's a smart thing to do, though.
Yeah. So I was like, whatever. It was a little awkward because we were here fight week, and I remember us, we bumped into each other, and it was like, say, what are you hugging this dude for like 5 minutes for, And,
it's weird, man.
we just had a moment. It was cool, but we knew what we had to do. But we trained for that every single day. I can't tell you how many times. It was just getting up. I put myself in that position where I was so uncomfortable. I mean, I've never been submitted before, so I'm always going with the best guys and just throwing myself out there to get accustomed to it. But I wasn't too threatened. But when I got in that position where you had my back the last round, I was like, okay, I really can't move. I really can get out. So.
The first one the match pretty much started with him on your back. I mean, that's like, so it's like, I remember looking at it like, fuck. Oh, but I got off the fucking couch. I'll tell you, I scared my kids. When you got out, once you got the arm to the other side, I'm like, all right, man, he's been fucking practicing this. And then once you got out, fuck, Phoenix, I get nuts still. I go nuts. Can you imagine me going nuts?
Uriah, it's got to be such a great confidence builder that all the things that you were working on in camp you were able to pull off. Like sometimes you do a whole bunch of stuff in camp and maybe you pull 2-3 things off, but you were able to get up. I know Safe in particular says that if you're on the mat you're losing because you never know what the judges are seeing. So how much confidence now, especially since you've had a day or two to digest, do you feel coming out of that fight?
If I can be bluntly honest, I don't really feel the confidence from it. I've been had the confidence. I don't underestimate anybody, but I just know when it comes to jiu-jitsu, it's not my best forte, but I've put myself in that position where I'm not threatened by it. So I'm good.
When the judges were reading the card, did you think it was like, did you agree with how they? Okay.
I thought I lost. I mean, I was looking at the third round and I was like, man, I couldn't do anything. I felt like he held me. And with these judges, who freaking knows? They're so terrible. I was like, he's probably going to say, they're probably going to say, let's give it to him because he held him and that was control. So I thought I lost. I wanted to do more. Everything that we planned went out the door, to be honest. I mean, coach was telling me, you did a great job. I'm like going down the checklist like, oh my God, my hands were down. I didn't throw combinations. I didn't move to the right. My lateral movement was off. My feet were too far apart. So I know I made a lot of mistakes.
You dropped them. You dropped them. You got to throw
Yeah.
that in there. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And he was coming off a 5-fight win streak, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and so it's like, and not too long ago, you were having a little bit of a slide, 3 or 4, and now you're on a 2-fight win streak. I mean, this game is so emotional. How do you feel now? I mean, you had a slide, to come back and to win a fight, and then to get an opponent like this that people could be like, oh, fuck, that might be a kryptonite high-level black belt, and then to get the victory, you're right back in the mix, man.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
right back in the mix now.
It's true.
I thrive off that. I love that. To me, that's that adversity. You know, I'm my best when my back's against the wall. But to dive into it a little bit more, it's just it's a certain point of your life. You know, I say it a lot, but you really do have those moments where it's like, okay, my one is becoming a must, whether it's career-wise or financially or emotionally. And I feel like with this type of road where everyone's looking at that ultimate fighter, Uriah, where most of the time I've always tried to bring that guy back. And I'm like, you know what? That was a chapter in my life. And that was a certain version at that time that I needed to become. And I felt along the way I've been distracted where I've lost that fire, because I'm good when it comes to the martial arts aspect. If there's good instruction, if there's structure, and I felt I didn't have that. So
Right.
when I made that jump to Fortis MMA, and he spoke to me about it, he spoke to me way before I went out there. He was like, hey man, I think you should come out here and just try it out. And I was like, you know, all right, we'll see. And I fell in love with the strength conditioning program because I have a lot of injuries, and the strength conditioning program just made me not feel any of that. It strengthened all my weaknesses. So I was like, you know what, this might not be a bad idea. I submitted myself completely. I mean, I wasn't even kicking. The only thing I was throwing the entire camp was jabs. So I became a student again. And for me to become a student again, that made me feel like I was growing.
Mhm.
And once I just had that collaboration with the coaches and them communicating with each other, it brought that home atmosphere. And I felt that's what's missing for me. So once I had all of that, I just kind of put it together and I went out there with a lot of confidence. I haven't felt that confident in a long time. So I think it goes back to that structure. When there's good structure behind you, you can definitely move forward.
Right. And from a traditional martial arts background, you're so used to it, and you feel fed spiritually, emotionally,
Yes.
when you're being taught new things. You need that. Your brain goes
Exactly,
crazy without
exactly.
that knowledge filling that cup, you know?
And it's important that,
Yes.
that you respect the people and they respect you that's in your corner and who's going in that foxhole with you.
Yeah, and you
know
got
what I mean?
great people to work. We got Jeff Neal is there, Brian Spann, you know, like
Yeah.
Miles Johns. He just had a successful fight with the Fortis camp as well. I've trained over there. It's probably one of my favorite places to go in the U.S. So you moving to
There's no
Dallas?
BS.
Yeah, no BS.
Hell no, man. They can't drive over there. I ain't. No. They cannot drive. Everyone has a gun for no reason.
No reason.
You can't even have a peaceful road rage. It's like, yo, I'm good.
Oh,
Peaceful
yeah?
road rage. I love it.
You know, now you called out. Now Styles make fights. I mean,
Uh-huh.